How's it going, everyone? I want to take you guys through some more Black Friday game deals in this video. These one are a little bit more on the pricier side. We did videos under $20 recently. These go a little bit above $20, so keep that in mind. And there's some fantastic deals, mostly on Amazon, but I do want to highlight some Walmart deals first. Right off the bat, as I'm recording this video, they've got low stock available, but if you go in stores, you might be able to find one for pickup. Depending on when you watch this video, it might go in and out of stock. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is 30 bucks. I literally think this is the best deal of Black Friday. $30 for this game is just insane, and it's one of my favorite games of the year. I often say MGS3 is one of the greatest games of all time, and much like the Resident Evil 4 remake, when you take one of the greatest games of all time, you remake it, and you do it pretty well, what do you get? One of the greatest games of all time, again, barring some performance issues with Delta Snake Eater. You know, it is what it is as far as that's concerned, but overall, it is a great game that I would highly recommend, and for $30, a no-brainer there. Definitely pick that up if you can find it in stock. Marvel Spider-Man 2, $30 on that. I feel like most of our audience does already own this game, but if you don't, 30 bucks on this is a fantastic deal. Spider-Man 2, in my opinion, is not as good as Spider-Man 2018, but it is a great game in its own right, and I would definitely say for 30 bucks, it's a good pickup. I just didn't think from a narrative standpoint it was as strong as Spider-Man 2018, but from a gameplay standpoint, the Venom abilities, you are cooking as far as that's concerned, and it's a joy to play. We'll see how Part 3 ends up, but Spider-Man 2 turned out to be a really solid game. So 30 bucks for that is great. Mafia: The Old Country, $30 on this is a fantastic deal. It was fluctuating between $30 and $40 at a lot of spots. Walmart's got it for 30 bucks, and I would highly recommend it at this price point. They've also dropped a pretty big free update for this game recently, the Free Ride update, and that is a great update, adding some replayability, new challenges, and just some new options in how you interact with the game in terms of exploring the game. It's not like it's a gigantic open world or anything like that, but it's a really great narrative-driven title. Some people will be, you know, questioning some narrative decisions by the end, but it is what it is. I still think it's a great game. $30, good pickup on that. Assassin's Creed Shadows is $30 as well. Again, I know a lot of people have their vehement hatred towards this game. I think the characters in this game absolutely suck. I think the narrative is absolute dog crap. However, I think the open world is gorgeous, and I think if you want a game, you know, sometimes mundane Ubisoft open world content is enjoyable to do while you listen to a podcast or you listen to music or whatever the case may be. It's a game you can kind of mentally check out and just do the content. I think Assassin's Creed is kind of washed these days, but I'll still check out the AC4 remake. You know what I'm saying? Because Black Flag is goated, but Shadows for 30 bucks I think is a decent pickup. But how about that Attack on Titan crossover not getting received all too well? So that's a little bit of a bummer, but yeah, 30 bucks on that I think is pretty good. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is $30. I think this is a great pickup in the sense of if you want a game that you can kick back and relax with your friends and play, I think Sparking Zero is a great time. Did it have the longevity that a lot of people hope for? No, but I think if you were going into it like I went into it as far as what Tenkaichi was, it was a game I just messed around with my friends. Now, I messed around a lot, and we played Tenkaichi a lot, but I never expected it to be this competitive game where I was going to get insane longevity out of the online play, but maybe that was a different perspective I had for what I wanted out of Sparking Zero, but what I wanted, I personally got in spades, and I really enjoyed the game. So $29.99 on that. All right, now some Amazon deals. Borderlands 4 is down to $35. I am still of the mindset that I think you should hold on picking this up. I think years from now, you'll get the Super Duper Ultra Deluxe Edition for $20, and that's going to be the best pickup that you could get for Borderlands 4. But given that the game just came out 6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago, and it's already down to $35, yeah, I'd be remiss if I don't give it a mention. If you want to play it, it's a fun time. It's Borderlands. I had a conversation with somebody recently about this, and we were talking about Borderlands 4, but it's just like, dude, it's not game of the year. It's not gonna reinvent the wheel, but that's fine for what Borderlands is. I'm just of the mindset that if you're financially cognizant, you know that this game is gonna get an absurd amount of content rolling out, and if you could wait a while, why not wait? Again, it's not this experience you absolutely, I feel, need to get right now, but everybody's entitled to do whatever the hell they want. I'm just here to bring you guys the deals. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is $39.99. Now, Elden Ring, the base game, was being sold for $15, so you're essentially getting Shadow of the Erdtree for $25, which... that is pretty good. You know, if you actually look at what Shadow of the Erdtree goes for, that's pretty good. You know, it's unfortunate that Shadow of the Erdtree is on a voucher code. If it was on disc, that would be tremendous. Even if it was on a second disc, I get that would eat into their profits and whatnot, but it is what it is. I think this is still a great pickup. Elden Ring isn't a game that I personally really sunk a lot of time into relative to other people, in the sense that I have friends that played this game for over 300 hours, 8 playthroughs, you know, stuff like that. I'm not that crazy with it, but for a single playthrough, I think these games are always worthwhile, even if I rage and I'm bad at video games, and it is what it is. $39.99 on that. Dragon's Dogma 2 is $24.99. One of the more divisive games in recent memory, but I thought Dragon's Dogma 2 was pretty good as an open-world action title. Performance was absolute dog crap, but, you know, the game was enjoyable. It's a little bit of a throwback, which I think really put off some people, but for $25, I think it's a solid open-world RPG. Elden Ring NIGHTREIGN, the Amazon exclusive Deluxe Edition, is $35, so this doesn't include the Forsaken Hollows DLC that's coming out on December the 4th, so if you do want to pick it up, $35 I think is pretty good. Is this going to be something that I think blows you away as a multiplayer game? Probably not, but if you've got friends to play it with, I do know a lot of people that are super into it. I didn't get super into it like that. I'm just not getting into From Software games like that as much as other people, I should say, unless it's Armored Core. I really liked Armored Core, but nonetheless, NIGHTREIGN, $35, you get the DLC, pretty decent deal there. Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered is $19.99. You know, not a blowaway game. Dead Rising is a fun time, though. I know some people were down on this remake. I was kind of just down on the price point of $50. I thought that was a little bit high, but, you know, that's generally what these price points are these days, so I just gotta suck it up and deal with it. But yeah, Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, check that out for $19.99. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remastered, $29.99 on this. You get 2 classic JRPGs here, and Suikoden 1 and 2 on the PS1 hard copies for a while were holding up in price, so it warms my heart to see this collection at $30. I'm telling you guys, Suikoden 2 for a while was like north of $100. I don't know what the physical copy goes for now, but it being down to $30 for this collection, hell yeah, sign me up on that. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Daima Edition. This does include the base Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game, and you get the Daima DLC as a voucher code. You know, I wish that it was available again on disc, but what can you do? And you don't get the other DLC, so bear that in mind. You don't get you know, Season Pass 1 and 2. You're gonna have to buy that separately, so yeah, that's a bummer, but we'll see. Part 2 does come out in early 2026. Part 1 is already out for the Daima DLC, but check that out. Tales of Xillia Remastered is $29.93. Recently just completed this game. I mean, it just came out, but yeah, had a good time with it. Tales of Xillia is great, and it's a solid JRPG. Will show its age a little bit, but certainly a worthwhile game there. Cronos The New Dawn is $39.99. Excellent survival horror game. Bloober Team deserves more love. I know it just cracked 500,000 copies sold. Hell, in my opinion, it should crack 5 million copies sold. That's how good I think this game is and how good Bloober Team is as a studio. Now, I will say a little bit more on the challenging side, and you know me, I ain't about my challenging video games these days, but you know, if you're into that, you're gonna have a great time with it. A little bit, you know, it's a horror game, so you're not gonna get 40 hours out of a single playthrough, but there's some replayability there as well. $39.99, great deal there. And then Hell Is Us is $39.99 as well. I think for some people, Hell Is Us will literally be one of their favorite games of the year, and for other people, Hell Is Us is a game that you'll drop in 90 minutes. Hell Is Us is a game that really leaves you to your own devices, and that is the charm of the game. That is the appeal, that you are dropped into this world. Kind of figure it out. It's gonna tell you, you know, things about the world and where to go, but it's not like you're gonna have all of these map markers being like, oh, here's this, here's that. No. It's more so about uncovering it all for yourself, which I think a lot of people will be all over that style of gameplay. And again, other people won't be so crazy about it. If you want something that kind of leaves you to your own devices, I think Hell Is Us will be a great time for you. The atmosphere is great. The combat is kind of mid, but this is a game about the exploration and the atmosphere, and they knock it out of the park from that standpoint. But again, you got to know what you're getting yourself into with this. But that's going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals available on Amazon right now and Walmart. Links to everything in the description box below. That's going to do it for me. And as always, thanks for watching all of our coverage, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Sound off down below. below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.